There are teams that when their biggest star is absent, they enter a crisis. And there are teams that when their biggest star is absent, they discover they are stronger than they thought. And that is exactly what happened with the United States national team. And despite the fact that the United States and Australia are among the teams that have become almost regular guests at the World Cup, the strange thing is that the road had never brought them together in the World Cup before that night. 4 previous meetings, all of them outside the World Cup. But the first time they met on the biggest stage in football was in the 2026 edition. And the strange thing is that Australia was almost the last team to test the United States before the World Cup. In October 2025, at that time, the Australians took the lead and injured Pulisic and thought they were on their way to victory. But the United States turned the match around. Haji Wright scored 2 goals and the match ended 2-1. As if the friendly match was just a preview for the real encounter that came 8 months later on the World Cup stage. Hours before the Australia match, all the headlines were talking about one name: Christian Pulisic, the captain, the most famous American player, and the most important attacking element in the team. The injury kept him out of the match. And suddenly, the question started. Would the United States be affected? Could the team continue with the same strength? Was the big win over Paraguay just an easy start? Or is this team really different? But what happened after that was not just a victory, it was a message. A message to everyone who thought that the United States was a team that depended on one player, and a message to all the teams in the group, and also a message to history. Because the United States did not enter the Australia match looking only for 3 points, they entered it one step away from an achievement that was 96 years old. 96 full years. Not 9 years, not 16 years, 96 years, meaning generations and generations and generations. And that alone was enough to make the match different. But before we reach that point, we have to go back to the beginning. Australia also entered the match with great confidence. After the win over Turkey, the Australian fans started dreaming. They started calculating the chances of qualification and started seeing themselves in the next round, especially because the United States was coming without their most important player. Meaning, if there was a perfect time for a surprise, this was it. But it was clear that the United States team had a different opinion. From the first minutes, there was something obvious. The United States was not coming to wait, not coming to defend, not coming to protect a draw. The United States entered the match as if it wanted to finish it early. And the post-match numbers proved that. 63% possession, clear control of the ball, 7 corners, and constant pressure on the Australian defense. Australia was trying to hold on to the match, but the United States was faster, stronger, and more dangerous. And in the 11th minute or so, the first blow came. But not from an American player, from an Australian player. An own goal, a goal that gave the United States the lead and completely changed the match. Suddenly, Australia became forced to chase the game, and the United States became comfortable. And this is the worst possible scenario for any team in front of a wildly passionate American crowd. The strange thing is that the goal did not make the United States slow down. On the contrary, the team continued pressing, continued attacking, continued searching for the second goal, as if it knew that if Australia came back into the game, things would become much harder. And Australia tried. But every attempt ran into excellent American organization. And while the Australian team was looking for a response, the second blow came. Alex Freeman, the name that became the talk of the fans after the match. The ball went in, but the referee waited. VAR was called in. Seconds of tension. And then, the decision. Goal, 2-0. And at that moment, the American fans started to feel that it was over. Not because the score was only 2-0, but because the shape of the match itself was saying that. The first half ended, and the United States was leading, and Australia needed a small miracle to come back. In the second half, the Australian team tried to change the picture. More intensity, more physical duels, and sometimes more aggression. And the proof is that the match saw 7 yellow cards. 4 for Australia, 3 for the United States. Meaning the tension was clearly on the pitch. But despite all attempts, there was a big problem. Australia could not create enough real chances. And the numbers exposed the issue. Australia's XG stopped at only 0.44, while the United States reached 1.30. Meaning even in terms of chance quality, the United States was better, more dangerous, and always closer. And every minute that passed was bringing the United States closer to something bigger than just a win, something bigger than qualification, something called history. Because the win over Paraguay, then the win over Australia, gave the United States 2 consecutive victories in the World Cup, an achievement that had not been achieved in this form for decades, and an achievement that multiple reports described as breaking a 96-year-old historical record. Imagine the number 96 years. These are not players. These are entire generations that have passed through the United States national team. Generations that dreamed, generations that tried, generations that failed, until this generation came and wrote its name in the records. And the most beautiful part of the whole story is that this achievement came in a tournament held on American soil, in front of more than 66,000 spectators, and in front of fans who wanted to see their team prove it can go far. And maybe the most beautiful thing about the match is that it proved something very important. The United States is not Pulisic only. Yes, Pulisic is a big star and an important captain, but the team proved it has other solutions, it has other names, and it has a real collective identity. And in big tournaments like the World Cup, this is sometimes more important than having one star. As for Australia, they left with a painful defeat because they knew that a win would have brought them very close to qualification. But now they face a complicated final round and much harder calculations. And based on everything we saw in the match, the top 3 players were Malik Tillman, who controlled the midfield with great focus, Tim Ream, the captain and defensive leader, who was solid in every ball, and of course the highest-rated player, Freeman, the scorer, who was the true standout with a world-class performance. In the end, the result was 2-0. But the story was bigger than that, a story about a team that lost its most important player and still decided to win, and about a team that entered the match chasing qualification but left chasing calculations, and about an American generation that finally decided to write its name into the pages of history. Because some victories give you 3 points and some victories give you a place in the books. And the United States that night got both.